Hello, dear teachers. How are you all doing? Welcome to this live webinar. Here we can interact better than our regular videos which I post on YouTube and on Insta. Hope you are all there along with me, connected with me with subscriptions on Instagram as well as YouTube. Hi, I am Dr. Padmavati Tungaturthi from Teachconnect. Welcome to this special webinar on how to teach with an impact. How are we going to teach with an impact, and how is that a lesson plan can improve and make you a better teacher, or in fact the best teacher. The compilation of lesson plans one on top of the other will put you there on top, and that's where a great teacher lies. Welcome to this special webinar, and here today's topic, teaching with impact, how lesson plans can create that impact with you. And if this lesson plan is going to be there, we're going to teach with an impact with you, and how is that a lesson plan now it is your turn improve and make you a better if you are here. It means that you all are there, and the compilation of lesson plans one on top of the other will put you professionally develop yourself. That's how I think you all will relate when I tell you that welcome you the day before going to the lesson, the day before you have a lesson there at school. Close your eyes and heat today's topic. Feel teaching with the students impact. Are there how lesson plans you have got an appointment with the school in your area. If this lesson plan is that you are going to be there, going to teach with an impact. Will that only one lesson? How is that lesson plan now it is your turn improve and make you a if you are here? How is it going on? What you say next? How are you going to teach? You will have that nervous kind of situation. And the compilation of lesson plans one on top better. Ever feel want to professionally the situation will occur. If you want that class, you all will relate. Suddenly you have forgotten that is what you are supposed to talk to the day before. It happens with everybody. Lesson the day before. Let me see if my mic is on. Yeah. A lesson it happens with school. Everybody. It happens with and also today's topic teaching with the students are there. How lesson plans put in. You have got to overcome such a kind of in your day. If this lesson plan is that you are going to be there started being or will that only one lesson how is that lesson plan now it is your turn to and make you that's how if you are here I was trying to overcome those kind of what you say next. How are you going to teach? What happens? You will have that nervous kind of like compilation is worrying about going to the better. Ever feel want to there my late 20s situation will happen. Go. If you want that class, you all will relate and you have forgotten that what you are supposed to talk while the day before. It happens with everybody. Then I thought that what is that I am going to do with the lesson? It happens with everybody. If I know what I am going to do in the class, teaching with the students are there, I am the winner in the classroom. I want to know the nature of the student. I want to understand every child. I want to empathize with the scenarios. Empathy means understanding from the perspective of the student. Then I want to think ahead. What if the child asks a question? What answer can I give? How can I bring the student to the present learning outcome instead of deviating from the learning outcome and walking out of the classroom without any content? How is it I am going to talk to the student as if to bring into the learning outcome? And how am I going to keep track of the activities which are there in the class? For example, if I have started an activity saying that plants make food on their own, am I teaching really about the photosynthesis, or am I carried away with the question which the student is asking me? I can't keep detouring my answer for the photosynthesis which has happened in the classroom. The photosynthesis lesson has to be connected with activity. Okay, never mind. If the student gives you another kind of activity, how are you going to link up that activity to the activity which you have planned that you want to do in the classroom? This is how the learning outcome activity has to be connected with the activity learning what the student is going to learn. That means NCERT learning outcome is there. You are going to pitch in the activity to the activity where you are connecting. That means by the end of this 35 minutes, what we are calling as session plan, the lesson plan is plan for the complete lesson. The session plan is what you are going to do for the 35 minutes. Or not to confuse, you can call this also as a lesson plan, or the session plan and the lesson plan can also be the one and the same. That's how you are delivering, what kind of activity will you create for the student, what are the questions you are asking the student, that also does matter. Therefore, without a strong lesson plan, what is going to happen? You are not going to deliver the content for the day for sure. If you are not planning for the 35 minutes, now when I go mentoring for teachers in the workshops, I ask them to divide what are the components they have. If that components have to be divided, where is the time for activity? Come on, you yourself let me know. For the 35 minutes, how are you going to create that activity in the classroom so that the students are able to answer, do the activity, follow it up, give the answer and come to a conclusion? All these things have to happen. Demo lessons are different. These demo lessons are a separate thing wherein you will show what you are very good at. Demo lesson is one chunk wherein you are compressing all the content and you are letting them know what are the different kind of things which you can do in the classroom. At one shot, you can let the interviewer know what is that you can do. But now if you are understanding what are the 7 essential components of a great lesson plan, if you once understand these 7 essential components, then you can plan it. You can grab a pen and paper and write down what are the 7 different plans. Now before that, I will give you 1 minute of time. Then you please let me know as to what are the components which you decide on and what is the framework for the lesson plan. And your clock starts now. Come on, start, write down the components what you know and let us then compare with the components what you are supposed to know. Now clock starts now. Yes, it's ticking. Yes, it is ticking. The clock. Yep. Yes. I'll give you 1 complete minute. Yeah. 30 more seconds. 20 seconds more. 10 seconds more. 5 seconds more. And it's done. Yes. Now let me tell you what are the 7 essential components of a great lesson plan. The first one is the learning outcome. Now you must be understanding what's the difference between a learning outcome and a learning objective. The learning outcome is something where the student will be able to do at the end of the session. Whereas when you talk about the learning objective, it is what I want to deliver to the students. Therefore, what is that I want to tell and what is that the student wants to understand. I want to teach so many things under the sun. Good. But is that the capability of the student, or should my level be chunked out and should only one part of the portion to be taught so that the student will be able to? I think it's good if I take a learning outcomes webinar also once so that you all are very clear, you will be very clear about what is a learning outcome. If that is a learning outcome, what you are understanding, then the first thing is the learning outcome of the 7 component. And the second one will be engaging hook. If you make a notes, please write down. The second one is engaging hook. If engaging hook is important, that's how the lesson runs very comfortably. Therefore, what is engaging hook? How is that you are going to create that hook in the classroom? For example, we are anyhow started off taking this example of plant make food. Plants are making food. Now, how are we going to start? Do you cook? Does your mother cook? Your father cook? Yes, your father is going to cook the food. Then if a father or mother is going to cook the food, you are eating. Then, how is that plants are making food because plants don't have parents? How are they going to make the food? This is how you can start the curiosity in the students and ask them to understand what is a hook. Or you can give them a small 3-line story. If you give them a 3-line story, then the students also will understand what is the content which we are doing. For example, today we are talking about community service. Give them a small story that in old age people are moving in here around in the near the school, because school is a part of the community. That's how you have got to pitch in. When old aged people are moving around your school, and if there is no seating available, therefore what do they do when they really want to sit and their legs ache or something like that? You can ask a question to them. Then the students will react saying that they need to have a seat, they need to rest. That's how we come to old age people problems and resting as a learning outcome for the student. It's not only about sitting. They will give you many answers, like what if they want to be sitting on a rock available near, or you want to sit in front of a shop. They will give so many ideas. That's how the hook has to be created, so that the children understand that old people or senior citizens want to rest. This is how we need to create a hook. For example, we want to talk about about a hook for fractions lessons, say in the middle school. So, what did you do? Recently, did any one of you celebrate a birthday? Yes, we did. Therefore, how is that you have celebrated? Did you eat the whole of the pizza? What is that actually you brought? Okay, you brought a pizza. Did you eat a complete pizza, or you have given a part of the pizza? Yes, I have given a part of the pizza. Did you give a part of the cool drink which you have brought? I mean, any beverage or any healthy drink which they have bought. Then how is that you are going to share it? You have poured that into few glasses. You have poured it into 5 glasses. You have taken part by part into 5. That's how we come into the main activity of the lesson. Therefore, this hook should not take too long a time in the classroom. Hook is important, but hook should not take a lot of time. If hook forms the main activity, then where is the time for the activity to be taken? Now then, the third one is, what is the core concept you want to teach? You want to teach about fraction. Therefore, if you want to divide a complete pizza into, say, already available 8 parts, the whole of the pizza is divided into 8 parts. This is how you go into the concept part of it. The concept must be clear. And the next one, how do they do it? They do by practicing it, by doing. How are they going to do it? How are they going to check that they understand it? So you're going to give something manipulative, or you're going to give an activity. Therefore, you eat food. How are you going to feel energetic? So the plants also make food. That's how they have chance to grow. Or if there is a conflict between 2 people, a third person is going to solve it. That's how you have wars come into peace, isn't it? That's how this is a real example of what we are going to talk to the children. Then, when they have understood the concept, it is the responsibility of the teacher to see that she summarizes the content. Therefore, until now, there are 4 components which are available, and now the next, when the first one is a learning outcome, the second one is the engagement hook, And the third one is the activity and the explanation what you have. Then how the content input had led to this activity, that's the fourth point which you have to follow. Now, are there any interdisciplinary points added in the activity, any gender bias? Because just now when I was talking to you all about cooking, I didn't say that mothers alone should cook. I also told that fathers have to cook. We have to give equal importance to male and female in the kitchen too. Males can do a good job if given an opportunity. That's what we have to tell the students. We have to insist on it. And the next one, the fifth part, is going to be the assessment part of it. How are you going to assess it? It need not be a written assessment. Even the notebook, when the students are writing, you are going to assess the notebook. You are going to check the notebook work. If 2 questions they have written without help, then how are they going to do it? Or if you are asking out of the 35 students in the classroom, give a chance for all the students to answer one of the questions, even while it's engagement hook, or even if it is in the activity, or even if it is in the content part of it. Give an activity for the children and try to ask them. This is also a complete assessment which comes as a formative assessment for the student. Now then, the sixth part is the differentiation. How are you going to give that differentiation to the student? That is, how are you going to treat the diverse learners? What is the special activity you have to give for the diverse learners? Diverse learners are not slow learners. Diverse learners are those people who are learning better